guys do so well to pull away there in the third quarter?
It was all about the defense. I thought the combination of Draymond and Looney at the rim, and Wiggs on Harden. That third quarter defense was just suffocating, and that turned the game.
You mentioned yesterday kind of the need to see maybe better individual defense, even though you guys play good defense. Did you see it tonight, against Harden,
I'm sorry, what was
Did you see it tonight against Harden, against Kevin, just individually?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those guys are unbelievably difficult to handle. But I thought all in all, after that first quarter when they had 34, we kind of corralled them and forced them into some tough shots. This was their first game at home after a long trip. I thought they looked a little bit tired in the third quarter, and our defense picked up at that point and made a bunch of stops, and we were able to pull away.
What do you think of how you guys held on there after Steph and Andrew got into a little bit of foul trouble?
Yeah, that was an important stretch of the game. The last 5 minutes of the third quarter, and everybody was in foul trouble. We were just reaching like crazy over and over again. Steph had 3 and just dove into somebody's legs for a loose ball. J.K. had 3 and raked somebody across the wrist. So we've got to get smarter. We've got to get wiser with our defense. The defense is fantastic. It's suffocating, but it has to be done without fouling. So as pleased as I am with the results of tonight and the effort of tonight, we've got a ways to go. We got the fouling, the turnovers, the lack of offensive execution. It's glaring, but the great thing is we're winning because we're playing with great passion and energy and great defense.
Speaking of which, how was Draymond's? What did you think of Draymond's defense, especially on KD in the third quarter?
You can't do a better job defensively than what Draymond did tonight. Kevin is, I've said it before, he's the most talented basketball player ever. I mean, in terms of, that size and skill and ability to get any shot he wants. He showed it in the first quarter. He got anywhere he wanted, and then I just thought we stayed with it, and that was the main thing. And that third quarter performance, Draymond was with him everywhere he went, and you can't possibly do a better job than what Draymond did.
You coached him.
Can you think of any other duels that remind you of? We're talking about one of the great offensive players of all time against one of the great defensive players, like on the perimeter. As someone who's seen a lot in this game, is that kind of amazing to just watch those?
Michael Cooper and Larry Bird, but I'm older than you guys, so Raymond knows all about that.
All about Coop, number 21.
He knows Wichita State.
Yeah.
Another one for the memory bank, Steve. Can you remember another quarter where Kevin Durant goes 0 for 8 from the field?
I didn't realize he was 0 for 8, so no, I cannot remember that.
You mentioned a couple weeks ago it was too soon to say the aura was back or the energy was back when you guys are coming into a building. Can you start to feel it now with the way that you all are winning and the way that guys are performing and the crowd's responding?
Yeah. The way the crowd energizes when Steph starts rising up from 30 feet. It's everywhere. It happened in Charlotte the other night. It happened tonight. So, I think the fact that our team is good again and is playing well and has a good record adds to what Steph brings to the table every night in terms of his skill and the showmanship. And so that stuff is, when you're winning and you get the incredible display of skill from Steph, it's people are going to watch, and so it's fun to be back in the spotlight again. Our team is really enjoying being back here.
Your offensive rating is back to being one of the best in the league. Just after all these years, what makes the system so difficult to defend?
Steph Curry. I'm not kidding. Steph is there's never been anybody like him. So he's an offense just by himself. He's an offense because he's going to pull defenders with him 35 feet from the hoop, and then it's a matter of putting smart people around him like Draymond, like Andre, and many others who are going to take that defensive attention that Steph gets and then make behind the play when Steph gets the ball out of his hands. So the fact that Steph can be dominant on and off the ball is what makes him unique. There's nobody in the league now, or as far as I'm concerned, ever who had that combination of on-ball skill and pick and roll dominance, but the off-ball game of Reggie Miller or Rip Hamilton or somebody flying off screens. That combination has never been seen.
You've used box and ones lately, some triangle two tonight. Why are you finding that an effective, change-up?
I just think that it's something that we thought about a lot in the summer and worked on in training camp, and I think if we can at least throw some different looks at teams, it's helpful. It's not always going to work, but you just want to be able to change up coverages and make people think a little bit. The NBA is such a rhythm league now. Everybody kind of runs the same stuff. There's a million pick and rolls. It's hard to defend all the 3-point shooting. So you have to at least be able to mix it up defensively, and that's all we're trying to do.
You mentioned the fouls earlier, but what do you think of the way Kuminga played, a rookie on this kind of stage, just his overall game?
Yeah, he's got a lot of poise. He does a really good job defensively of using his size and athleticism, and generally does not foul. He picked up some tonight, but I thought a couple of them were unwarranted. He'll get more respect as he goes in his career, but he's got a really good feel for defending multiple positions, and that's a hard thing to find. So we're excited about him.
You mentioned it a bit, but do you get somewhat surprised by how popular Steph gets on the road, especially?
No, because he's going to come here once a year. Charlotte the other night, that's his one trip, and Steph is so recognizable now. He's a superstar. He's in people's living rooms every night, whether he's playing or not. And I think everybody connects to him, kids and adults alike. And he's one of the most popular athletes in the world. So this is what you get.
Steve, didn't get a chance to follow up with you about it before the game, but you're doing everything, of course, without Clay. What have the reports been that you've gotten back in the last few days, and was he able to get through some 5-on-5 work?
Yeah, he played 5-on-5 yesterday, and then I think he's going to play 5-on-5 tomorrow. James did not play; he hasn't been cleared yet for 5-on-5, but Clay did, and I got good reports, and he's got to keep going. A 2-year absence requires a lot of work, not just the rehab, but the endurance, the strength. So it's great that he's playing 5-on-5, but it doesn't mean he's going to be ready to step on an NBA floor next week or something. So, but he's progressing really well.
Do you expect James to be cleared soon?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. The injury that he suffered. Everything is clear with so there's no structural issues or anything. It's an injury that requires a lot of sort of give and take and daily maintenance and kind of checking in on how he's doing. You remember last year, Jaren Jackson had the same injury, and it's a long process, but he's doing really well, and his attitude is great, and we obviously can't wait till he's back and able to play, but just got to be patient.
With that in mind, semantically, it's safe to say Clay's cleared for contact, at least if he's doing 5-on-5 work.
Yeah.